Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever your time may be. My name is Moses Bularta, but you can just call me Lyle. This video is a simple demonstration of how to hack into a system or owning that system. So to make things quicker, I already did a scan on my target, which is 192.168.164.151, and that would be the target endpoint, which is the KIOPTRIX Level 1. On the left side, I also run my Metasploit, which is version 6 as of now. Going back to the endpoint that I scanned with NMAP, I see that 139 TCP is open for Samba and port 80 is open. So that means I can use this port to target an attack. On this section, my purpose is to illustrate how to gain access to the system using NMAP network enumeration with the Metasploit, then sending that payload to the target. And so here is my return. It detected by SMB and it tells me that I have Samba 221A. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for Samba 221A on the internet and figure out what is the vulnerabilities. For this purpose, I'm gonna download the exploit and I'm gonna name that download as 11 because I already have 10 downloaded earlier because I tested it. So what I do, you just click the raw version and it's gonna give you that code. So what you do is you copy the code and then you go back to your Kali box and from here you paste it into a text editor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear first this window and then I'm gonna run b11.c as the file name. And when I'm here, I'm gonna press I for insert and then I'm gonna paste with a Control-Shift-V. And then when that is done, I'm gonna press escape and then I'm gonna press WQ to save it. After running the file, you can see that it worked. We're in. On this section, I will be adding a new user account to the KIOPTRIX Level 1 machine, then elevate that account with root privileges. To conclude, there are many types of security threats and vulnerabilities that organizations must be aware of to protect their systems and data. By understanding these threats and implementing best practices for prevention, organizations can reduce their risk of being compromised by attackers. Speaking of attacks, I would like to discuss about some of the attack families that an organization should be aware of. The first one is the buffer overflow. A buffer overflow is a vulnerability where a program writes more data to a buffer than it can hold, overrunning the buffer's boundary and overriding adjacent memory locations. The second one would be an elevation of privilege or privilege escalation, where hackers gain access to privileges that do not normally belong to them by exploiting bugs, errors, or weak points in an application or operating system. The next one would be the rootkit type of attack. It is a malware that can hide the presence of other malware on a system and provide an attacker with persistent access. The next attack that I will discuss is a Trojan. Trojans are malicious software disguised as legitimate applications but containing hidden malicious functionality. The next would be a backdoor attack. It is a method that allows unauthorized access to a device or in a network. Another type of attack is viruses. A virus is a type of malware that can replicate itself and spread to other systems in the network. The next one would be the return-oriented programming, abbreviated as ROP, is a computer security exploit technique that allows an attacker to execute code in the presence of security defenses such as executable space protection and code signing. And the last one will be the social engineering attacks, which very familiar to all of us. This type of attack is used as a psychological manipulation to trick people into divulging confidential information or performing actions that may not be in their best interest. These attacks are categorized according to their method. As an example, a buffer overflow and a return-oriented programming is a type of exploit, where a rootkit, Trojans, viruses are a type of malware, and then privilege escalation or backdoors are a type of unauthorized access, and the last one is the social engineering attacks, which defines itself.